In designing your heat cable system and creating a plan, one of the first things, the very first thing you want to do is actually understand and know where on your roof you need the heat cable to be installed. Now, you're watching this video and one of the first things I'm going to tell you is you probably already know where your ice dams are, where the issues are, and that's why you're here, is you're looking for a solution. But one of the things that I want to tell you, actually there's going to be several things I'm going to tell you, that a lot of homeowners make mistakes periodically by not completing a full plan. So I've got an example on an iPad here. I'm going to go through and show you a few areas on a roof of things you need to consider in planning out your project. Okay, as you see here, we've got a basic home. It's got two garages on the front, and you can see I've already drawn out where I'm placing heat cable. But I want to point out very critical areas that are commonly a bottleneck area. So in this location, along with this location, you have an accumulation point where everything funnels from the roof down into these spots. And we get ice buildup a lot in these little pockets before it transitions into the gutter. Same thing with this spot right over here. So these are locations where you definitely want to put heat cable. And the other thing to consider, and you've probably already noticed this, notice our shadow right here. So this is the north side of the home. And with this being said, we know this is going to be the colder section of the roof. And the colder sections are where you're going to get the ice dams, okay? Now, one part on this I want to point out, if you notice on the roof right here, we don't have any zigzags above the porch. Well, why would we not put zigzags up there? Let me tell you, heat cable is needed in areas where you're getting the roof melt feeding down the roof into a cold zone, which then freezes. And that section over the roof, it doesn't have any warm spots or like heated areas above it in the roof plane feeding down to it. That porch is a cold roof area, so you technically don't need zigzags over that area. The other areas over the garage, it's a heated garage, so we're putting zigzags over that. And of course, there's a small room onto the left side of the house right over here. Now, one of the most common things that I'd say people miss is when you're heating an area on the roof. Let's talk about this garage area right here. So that garage, everything is feeding into your gutter system. And if you don't install heat cable all the way to the bottom of the downspout, everything is going to fill up on the gutter and fill it up like a bucket and then freeze over the top. And it will trap that water up there, and then the ice dam will actually end up getting bigger than normal if you had not done anything at all. So you'll notice our downspouts. We do have a downspout over on the right side here. It's behind the actual wall, but it's there. We also have a downspout right here. So anytime you're melting something on the roof, you want to make sure you give the melted water a pathway, a continuous pathway all the way down to the bottom of the downspout. If you break any kind of transition points from cable line to another cable line, make sure they're minimal, maybe an inch or so, not more than that, because ice can build up between those gap points. So give the water a pathway to go from the top of the roof all the way down, all the way to the bottom of the downspout. One other thing to consider is where your wall barrier of the house is, or maybe how deep the eave is. So if I'm on here and I look at this, you can see my heat cable rows are about maybe 3 or 4 shingle lips up, but you want to make sure you have those loops back inside the warm wall zone of the house. And what that's going to do is allow for any of the meltwater coming down to catch those lines and then follow them down to the bottom of the downspouts. So again, I hope this video was helpful. Look for our next video on how to calculate how much cable you need. That's going to be a critical part of your planning stage. And again, keep watching for more. Eric here with Heatcable.com.